What's going on, guys? So, as any woodworker knows, you can never have too many clamps. They are used for everything you can think of in this industry, and having too many of them is pretty much impossible. But you can have too few, and that's the exact predicament I've been in for about the last year since I really started getting into this woodworking thing. These right here is what I've been working with for ever. These are simple Harbor Freight style aluminum bar clamps. They do work. They are an absolute pain in the butt. I have way more complaints than I do praises for them. Mainly in that if you have material, say, that is this wide, this would be perfect to fit your material between. You now have to open these an extra 3/4 of an inch, half inch, and then twist down until your compression is achieved. Well, you might wind up with only a half a thread at the end of here, or a quarter of this bar that you can actually use to compress whatever you're clamping together. And yeah, it works, but it's nowhere near ideal. These are okay, and I don't bash them as much as some people probably might, just because they have saved my butt through a lot. But that being said, I needed to upgrade something serious, especially with so many projects going on. I needed just way more clamps and way better clamps because they just wasn't cutting it anymore. So I reached out to a company that I had seen online. I believe I saw them on Instagram, and it was Birchwood Tools. I reached out to them about their 40-inch bar clamps. These right here. And I do want to go ahead and say these guys are not paying me in any way. They did send me out the clamps, and I'm very gracious for that. I am young at this, and I'm just starting up, so I honestly just appreciate all the help I can get, especially from manufacturers or tool companies, just because it helps me so much to grow. But I did reach out to these guys and ask them some questions about these, and they wound up sending me a bunch of them, and I'm super impressed with them. First off, I want to talk about the stop here. As you can see, this stop has like a little cam that you twist, and it will slide. Now, I've seen some of these other bar clamps that have a clip-on style holder here or level, and it helps keep the clamp level while you're using it, and instead of it tilting one side or the other. And they do work, but some of the clip-on ones I've noticed slide too easy. They can move around. If you move or anything, they tilt or twist and don't hold still. This is really nice and holds still. The next thing I want to talk about is the head. Now, this is a standard bar clamp. They are nice because they do have the plastic liners, the No More plastic liners. That's super important to me because I'm doing things like these chessboard boxes that once I glue up the sides, it's a pain in the butt to have to stop other clamps from marring the sides of my almost finished project. So these help a whole lot. Next, as you can see, it's a standard bar clamp style end. It tilts forward and back to move. And then once it's in place, it tightens down. And these cinch down super tight. I'm actually very impressed with how tight they clamp down. No slippage on this side that I can find or anything like that. The springs feel really, really nice. Everything just feels really nice. Now, one big thing about these, if you look at some of the other bar clamps, you're looking at $40 or $50, sometimes more depending on the size, per clamp. These guys have these for $27, I believe it is, plus I believe shipping. But even with the shipping, that's way cheaper than anybody else. And like I said, these are really nice clamps. I'm super impressed by them, and they're not paying me to say this. I am going off of what I see in front of me. That being said, I haven't got to use them a ton, so in a few months, I might come back and do a review on them. But my big thing is when I got these in, I don't want to leave them in the floor of the shop. As you can see, the walls of the shop are not finished, so I need to figure out a way to use storage for these, have some kind of storage for these clamps, and also something I can take down and put back up because I will be finishing these walls soon. So I came up with a kind of cool idea. I had some scrap walnut laying around and thought it'd just be cool to make a really simple but nice looking clamp rack for these really nice clamps. So let's get at it and we'll see what you guys think.
Take it all back, hate the things that you said, 'cause I wish you didn't mean it. Under attack, running far, far away, and I'd rather keep my distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Push you pull me off into the deep, and let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night. Confession I shouldn't have spoke, 'cause you didn't feel the same way about me, and it's eating me alive all of the time. So I'd rather keep my distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Push and pull me off into the deep, and let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night.
I can feel it somewhere inside, haunting like a drug I keep on wanting. There's a love that fits so perfect, it's hard to believe. There's a reason I can feel my heart stop beating, and the air gets tough just breathing. I'm alone, but I'm still feeling like someone's with me. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me, like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there. Time is unfair, 'cause I know you're out there somewhere.
Alright guys, so there is the clamp rack. I hope you like it. Now, you don't have to have a CNC to cut those slots in for the bars on the clamps. You can use your table saw with a crosscut sled, or even your miter saw if you want to set a depth stop on your miter saw and make the cuts repeatable, and just mark where you need the clamps to go through the slots, and then just cut them out with the miter saw or the table saw. You do not have to have a CNC. But I use that because I have the table saw set up for some particular stuff right now, and I didn't want to change it over. So it was easier for me to just throw this on the CNC, make the cuts. It takes 5 or 6 minutes, and it's no big deal. That being said, I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a quick SketchUp, or maybe even the VCarve files for the CNC. That way you guys can make your own. And make sure you go check out Birchwood tools. Like I said, I have not used these much at all so far, but I am very impressed with them so far, especially, excuse me, I can't talk, especially for the price point. The price point on these is really good, and so far I'm pretty impressed with them. I'll probably come back and do a review in a few months. We'll see how they're holding up after they've been beaten and battered and put through their paces, but that's something only time will tell. But so far I think they're going to do great. Also, go check out my Instagram at jpaynewoodworking, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell. YouTube has been insane for a lot of people, and I don't know if a lot of people are getting notifications. I've had a couple people say they're not. So if you want to see the new videos coming out, make sure you hit the notification bell, or bookmark jpaynewoodworking.com and go to the website and check out the articles. They're a little more in depth, and I try to add a little bit more information there, just because I would like to keep the videos a tad bit more entertaining while providing as much information as I can. So make sure you go check out the website. And guys, I really appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.
Your grip might slip too soon, but I'm running, chasing speed and gunning. I'll be right there all of a sudden.